The All-NBA teams have officially been revealed, and although most selections created little debate, one first-team choice has drawn strong criticism from a Hall of Famer. Former Boston Celtics champion Paul Pierce appeared on the NFG show and argued that Luka Doncic should not have earned a first-team spot. According to Pierce, that honor should have gone to Jaylen Brown. A clip of his comments was widely circulated on social media by NBA Courtside on May 25th. Pierce never questioned how impressive Doncic's season was statistically. The Lakers star finished as the NBA's leading scorer, averaging 33.5 points per game throughout the regular season, a number that would usually end any argument immediately. However, Pierce's issue was centered more on circumstance than production. In his view, the supporting cast around Doncic in Los Angeles was significantly stronger than the one Brown had available in Boston. The Celtics lost Jason Tatum before the season truly began after he suffered an Achilles injury that kept him sidelined for the entire year. That left Brown carrying Boston's offense almost alone, with Derek White and Anthony Simons serving as his primary support. Even under those conditions, Brown still averaged 28.7 points, 6.9 rebounds, and 5.1 assists per game, while consistently leading the offense night after night without another all-star beside him. Pierce explained his reasoning directly. Doncic had both LeBron James and Austin Reeves alongside him for most of the season, while Brown operated in a far more difficult environment. Pierce believes the quality of a player's supporting cast should matter when evaluating individual production, and because of that, he felt Brown deserved greater recognition from voters. He stated that he would have removed Doncic from the first team entirely and replaced him with Brown, who ultimately landed on the All-NBA second team. Brown still received substantial support in voting, collecting 44 first-team votes, although he finished behind Cade Cunningham, who earned 60. Pierce also referenced Cunningham as another player who carried a heavy burden despite limited roster help in Detroit. From Pierce's perspective, players who achieved elite production while working with fewer resources should have been rewarded more aggressively. The numbers behind Doncic's season were extraordinary before his injury. During March alone, he scored exactly 600 points, averaging 37.5 points per game for the month. Only two NBA players since the 1977 merger had previously reached 600 points in a calendar month. The Lakers also went 15-2 during that stretch, marking their best single-month record since the 1999-2000 championship season, and Doncic drove nearly every aspect of that run. Everything changed on April 2nd, when Doncic suffered a Grade 2 hamstring strain that ended his season. He missed the final 5 regular season games and the entire postseason as the Lakers were eliminated by the Oklahoma City Thunder in the second round. Even with that absence, 91 of 100 voters still placed him on the All-NBA first team, showing how dominant they believed his regular season had been despite the injury setback. This selection became Doncic's 6th career first-team appearance, further strengthening a resume that already places him among the elite players of his era. Pierce's argument still carries weight when considering the situations both players faced, but voters clearly valued the overwhelming dominance of Doncic's scoring season enough that his postseason absence changed very little in their evaluation. Brown will now have another opportunity next season, especially if Boston returns with a healthier and more complete roster. The larger discussion surrounding All-NBA voting continues to remain unresolved. One side believes awards should simply honor the players with the best production, regardless of surrounding conditions. Under that standard, Doncic's scoring title and his role in leading the Lakers through one of their strongest stretches in decades make his first-team placement easy to justify. The opposing viewpoint argues that context matters greatly. Scoring 28 points per game while functioning as the lone dependable offensive option may be more difficult than averaging 33 while sharing the floor with LeBron James. Pierce clearly belongs to that second line of thinking, Neither position is unreasonable, and the fact that a Hall of Famer continues defending Brown publicly illustrates how strong Brown's season truly was. What remains certain is that both stars will return next year with motivation. The 2026-27 All-NBA race already appears destined to become another heated competition. Pierce's comments are unlikely to disappear anytime soon. For now, though, the votes are finalized. Doncic owns another first-team selection, Brown remains on the second team, and Pierce continues standing firmly behind his opinion. His stance also reflects a broader frustration among analysts who believe the voting process frequently undervalues players forced to carry undermanned rosters. That criticism will continue as long as stars surrounded by stronger teams keep collecting individual honors over players doing more with less. Meanwhile, the 2026 NBA draft is approaching quickly, and the Lakers have already started evaluating potential additions. The organization recently brought in Duke Brennan, the Villanova center, for an official pre-draft workout. According to a report from Vince Wolfram of the college sports company citing OG6SM, the session was scheduled for Tuesday and represents one of Los Angeles' earliest confirmed steps in scouting draft prospects. The Lakers currently hold the 25th overall selection, placing them near the end of the first round. Because of that position, the front office may need creativity if it hopes to add meaningful talent through the draft. The team could attempt to acquire additional picks or target players projected to fall late in the draft, or even go undrafted before signing them afterward. Brennan fits that profile well. The Villanova big man is widely viewed as either a second-round selection or an undrafted prospect, meaning the Lakers could realistically add him without using their first-round pick at all. That possibility makes the pre-draft process especially valuable for a team drafting in this range. Standing 6'10" and weighing 235 pounds, Brennan brings size, physicality, and relentless energy in the paint. He has developed a reputation as a high-motor center who chases loose balls, finishes above the rim, and consistently battles for offensive rebounds. That particular skill became one of his strongest qualities during his senior year, when he averaged 4.1 offensive rebounds per game and failed to collect at least 2 offensive boards in only one contest all season. Brennan also emerged as one of the Big East's most efficient scorers. He averaged 12.4 points and 10.3 rebounds while shooting 65.8% from the field, and tied a Villanova school record with 14 double-doubles during his final season. Those numbers reflect a player who understands exactly where he is most effective offensively and rarely strays from those areas. For a Lakers team built around Doncic and head coach J.J. Redick, Brennan's fit is easy to understand. Doncic remains one of the NBA's best pick-and-roll creators, and a center capable of sprinting to the rim, catching lobs, and finishing above defenders would naturally complement his game. Los Angeles is not limiting its search for front-court help to the draft alone. The franchise is also monitoring the free agent market, where Portland center Robert Williams III has become one of the league's most discussed names. That pursuit exists separately from the draft process, but both approaches show the organization recognizes its weakness in the paint following another disappointing playoff exit. The workout with Brennan guarantees nothing, since teams routinely evaluate dozens of prospects every year who never make the final roster. Still, the fact that Los Angeles scheduled the session indicates legitimate interest. If Brennan impresses, the Lakers could attempt to secure him either through the draft or immediately afterward. The scouting process combines measurements, game film, and live workouts. Brennan's physical tools already meet NBA standards, and his production came against tough competition in the Big East, one of college basketball's most demanding conferences. Scouts appreciate that his efficiency is rooted in discipline rather than volume scoring. The real evaluation now centers on how he handles NBA speed and athleticism. Teams want to know whether he can set strong screens, roll quickly to the basket, finish lobs through contact, and survive defensively when switched on to quicker perimeter players? Those are precisely the questions the Lakers hope to answer during Tuesday's workout. If Brennan performs well, Los Angeles may need to act aggressively because several franchises are already interested in athletic rebounders and rim protectors late in the draft process. His combination of effort, size, and activity makes him the type of developmental prospect teams frequently compete over. The Lakers' front-court concerns became even more obvious after their second-round playoff loss to Oklahoma City. The Thunder exposed major weaknesses at center throughout the series, and according to ESPN insider Bobby Marks, Robert Williams III has emerged as one of the most heavily discussed names across the league ahead of free agency. Marks made those comments during ESPN's Sedano and Cap morning show, explaining that Williams generated substantial attention during recent NBA meetings in Chicago. Teams around the league noticed his playoff impact, and many expect the competition for his services to become intense once free agency officially opens. The Lakers' interest is directly connected to their postseason struggles. DeAndre Ayton was acquired to provide rim protection beside Doncic, but that plan failed to deliver consistently. His defensive struggles became especially noticeable during the Thunder series, particularly in Game 3 when Redick pulled him after Oklahoma City secured multiple offensive rebounds on a single possession. The Thunder repeatedly dominated the paint, and Los Angeles never found an answer. Williams offers the exact defensive profile the Lakers lacked. At 28 years old, he remains in his prime and is still capable of anchoring a defense. During the 2025-26 season in Portland, he appeared in 59 games and averaged 6.7 points, rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per contest. His true value, however, extends beyond raw statistics because of the way he changes opponents' willingness to attack the basket. Williams' playoff performance further increased interest around the league. Against the San Antonio Spurs, he averaged 9.6 points and 6.4 rebounds while shooting nearly 63% from the field. More importantly, he defended Victor Wembanyama as effectively as almost anyone all season. Mark specifically highlighted that matchup, noting how uncomfortable Williams made the Spurs star throughout the series. That defensive impact is exactly what the Lakers lacked against Oklahoma City. The fit beside Doncic also makes obvious basketball sense. Doncic thrives in pick-and-roll situations and benefits from centers who can finish lobs while protecting the rim defensively. Williams has consistently provided both throughout his career. Financially, the move could also work. Marks estimated Williams' next contract may fall around $12 to $13 million annually. Depending on decisions involving LeBron James, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, and Ayton, the Lakers could possess close to $50 million in cap space this summer. The major concern remains health. Williams has dealt with serious knee injuries that cost him significant portions of previous seasons, and durability will remain part of any evaluation. Still, his recent season in Portland represented his healthiest and most productive stretch in years. Other teams, including Atlanta, are monitoring him as well, meaning Los Angeles cannot assume it has a clear path. Still, the Lakers can offer the opportunity to compete beside Doncic, play within Redick's defensive system, and chase championships in one of basketball's biggest markets. The organization also faces broader uncertainty. LeBron James is entering free agency after spending the season alongside Doncic, while Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura are also approaching the market. The front office must balance multiple priorities simultaneously while trying to repair the roster's biggest weakness. What makes Williams especially appealing is the combination of his age, playoff experience, and defensive versatility. Reliable centers appear every offseason, but players capable of disrupting a generational talent like Wembanyama in a playoff setting are far harder to find. After watching Oklahoma City control the paint throughout the postseason, the Lakers understand exactly what they need moving forward.